Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Carlos Barria Reuters. Before delving into the particulars of the GOP's failed healthcare bills or the destructive and purposeless skinny repeal plan, we should not lose track of a defining, historic moment for the Republican Party. The GOP is unable to repeal the Affordable Care Act or replace and repeal the ACA after 7 years of histrionics and with control of the Senate, House and White House. Take that in. The GOP has failed to make good on its promise, not because the party is cowardly but because what it promised is so objectionable even to its own members. To lose 43-57 and then 45-55 on two versions of repeal is a remarkable display of intellectual and political decrepitude. The Post recaps: the Senate rejected a proposal Wednesday that would have repealed major parts of the Affordable Care Act, but Republican leaders were growing more confident about their chances of passing a more modest overhaul of the healthcare law later this week. More than half a dozen centrists from states that expanded Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act objected to the original Senate draft that was considered on Tuesday night. It would have cut the program for low-income Americans by $772 billion over 10 years and curtailed its long-term growth rate. Yet even if Republicans agree on a minimalist plan to alter the ACA, uniting with their House colleagues to enact a bill would be far more challenging. On Wednesday, even before the skinny repeal came up for a vote, some House conservatives were calling it untenable. At least Republicans now have clarity. The efforts to slash Medicaid, a position taken by a majority of House Republicans including many moderates, to give huge tax cuts to the rich and to eliminate the protections for pre-existing conditions and the requirement for a minimum set of benefits have failed. The touchstones of conservative healthcare policy have taken Republicans into a legislative cul-de-sac. They are left spinning their wheels as the reality of their political predicament sinks in. The Post explains that in two votes over the past 24 hours, lawmakers rejected differing approaches to rewriting the landmark 2010 law. The open voting process, which is likely to drag on for the rest of the week, has laid bare the fact that Senate Republicans haven't been able to find a comprehensive replacement for the law they have relentlessly lambasted. Before addressing the skinny repeal, let's note once again that moderate Republicans who voted to get on the bill had no viable plan to replace Obamacare. One must ask once again how lawmakers such as Sen. Shelley Moore Capito RWVA, who expressly promised not to hurt people and not to proceed without a replacement plan, rationalized their vote on Tuesday afternoon to proceed with debate. Senate Minority Leader Charles E. Schumer DNY went to the floor late in the day on Wednesday to review the bidding. Clearly, the Senate Republican bill repeal and replace has failed. Sen. Paul's bill repeal without replace has failed. We know the Republicans are not going to take a final vote on the underlying House bill, which is still the pending legislation, he said. And now the Republican leadership team, unmistakably at the direction of the leader, has been telling the press about a yet-to-be-disclosed final bill. If the reports are true, the Republicans will offer a skinny repeal plan. We just heard from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office that under such a plan, as reported in